Kigali became Rwanda's capital before the colonialists arrived, before even the explorer Richard Kandt. Kigali first became the capital during the reign of a king named Rugwe. What Richard Kandt did is make it the permanent capital because before that the kingdom's capital would move depending on where the king chose to make his permanent residence. In 1908, Richard Kandt declared that Kigali would remain the capital and not be changed again. Those who know Kigali in the decades following its permanent establishment as the capital confirm that it had very few residents. When the war ended in 1945, they built us a small school that was grass-thatched. My third year of studies was at Saint Famille Church. The whole place was bushes. We would walk from Gisozi up through Muhima, and between the two hills was a swamp that we passed through. I arrived in Kigali in 1968. At that time, there were banana plantations and bushes. There were very few people here, and so were businesses and other sort of activities. In recent decades, Kigali has been known as the Green City, but that was not always the case. Kigali almost became a desert. All the hills were completely bare, and I believe it was because of blacksmithing. To make the many arrow and spearheads that were needed in those days, charcoal was required. Close to 300 kilograms of charcoal were needed to make just one spearhead. Many forests were cut down, and most trees in Rwanda, once you chop them, young ones will not sprout from them. One thing has not changed about Kigali though, and that is the fact that it has always been a commercial hub. Kigali had 24 commercial buildings, and 2 Germans had shops here. A Greek, with the rest of the shop owners being Arabs and Indians. The city's recent infrastructure development, however, cannot be compared to the distant past. There at the roundabout there was a single factory and very few houses. There was the territorial office, a judicial office, and close by were the Indians. King Rudahigwa also had a farm he came to visit in the center of town. In Chiovu, there were very few residents and the entire town had maram roads, no tarmac. Only rulers rode in cars. Local officials from across the country would come to meetings in Kigali riding on their bicycles. They would have a servant push the bicycle for them while carrying their shoes as well, and wear them when they were about to climb onto the bicycles when they got to the main road. The Kigali we now see in 2020 is nothing like the way it used to be. Indeed, you do not have to go too far back in time to see the transformation, with the fastest development taking place relatively recently. One of the most noticeable changes have been to the city's transportation sector, with far more vehicles on its now many tarmac roads.